Hey everyone, and welcome to Back at the Ranch. I am Jessica Martin from season one of Expedition Online. I'm filling in this week for the wonderful Danny Naub. And here with me tonight, we have Austin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's currently raining for the third day in a row in Florida. So,
Oh, I know. It's torrentially downpouring in New England too, so a really great day. Huh.
yeah, it's just been 3 days of nonstop rain. So, fun.
Yeah, the best. Um, First of all, we're all really sad that you got voted off. You had a lot of fans. You were playing a great game and you went swinging on your way out, did everything you could.
I was super happy to see. I had a lot of like warm welcomes about the game because, it's always good to make a first impression and to leave people wanting more. So, I was sad to go so soon, but it was nice to have people miss me.
Yeah, I feel like when you do get voted off earlier, sometimes it's just a testament to the fact that you're playing a good game and they don't want to compete with you.
Yeah, and I think somebody put it right when I just got screwed over by the swap. I mean, there was nothing really I could do except for try my best to try to swing the vote and try to get it in my favor and just try to play the card of like, hey, we're all big fans of the show. Let's try to do something fun and risky and change up the game a little bit. And that was kind of my strategy going in there. Of course, in hindsight, I thought of like, oh, maybe I should have said this or maybe I could have done that, but it looked like they were a pretty solid four. So I knew I had my work cut out for me, especially since the moment we got into having group communications, Robin straight up told me, like, hey, man, you're going to have to fight for it tonight. So I knew going in there it was going to be tough. So at least I
Yeah.
saw it coming. I was kind of fortunate that at least I saw it coming. I wasn't like backstabbed or blindsided. So I was like, well, you know, I, I didn't go out in like a bad way. I went out in a way that I could feel like I left proud. So
Yeah. And that's like the best way you can go is you did all that you could and you knew you couldn't really do anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so like starting from the beginning, what did you think when you were just dropped in a room with a bunch of random people on day zero?
Well, I mean, I felt somewhat comfortable. I'm currently doing some online classes at a community college just for my job, and they're all done online. I taught high school during the pandemic, and that was half online, half in person. So the online forum I was pretty comfortable with once I figured out how to transfer between the chat rooms. And I just know it's like a trope with Expedition Online that nobody really wants to say anything first, and everybody kind of wants to feel each other out. So I was definitely playing that part of the game too, where I was not going to be the first to really talk. I was waiting for everybody else to talk, and I remember Jordan was the first one to talk. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm so glad somebody broke the ice instead of me, because I know going just like thinking about myself naturally, I'm very extroverted and I talk a lot. So I knew that was something I had to monitor going in here because I don't want to be the annoying one right on day zero and get voted out because I'm an easy target. So it was definitely interesting, but I knew the first thing I should do is try to be like friendly and at least enjoyable to other people, so that way people would want to work with me.
Yeah. So did you have any connections from day zero that worked in your favor when the parties did get picked?
Well, definitely not the connection I made with Robin and Jordan, because they were a part of, I guess, the core alliance that I had within my team from the beginning was with Trent and Carl. But on day zero, it was Trent, Robin, Jordan, and myself in a room, and we were like, "Hey, if we work together, that's great." Funny enough, Trent and myself was on one team, Jordan and Robin were on another, so we were like evenly split. But Trent had mentioned wanting to get Carl in there, so I knew like, hey, that's a good three. So I knew like us three were pretty tight, and it was cool to hear Trent, mention my name even later on in the game because I was only there for I think like one full day, and I left on the end of day two or challenge six or whatever how we're
Yeah.
counting it. But
Mhm.
it was cool to see that I made some connections pretty close, and there were some other people that I really wish I got to talk more, but it is a game, not like speed dating. So at some
Yeah.
point I was like, yeah, it's okay. I want to, pick the allotted people that I want to like see the end of the game with.
Yeah. So you guys unfortunately lose the first challenge, but you luck out because Solo didn't show up on the other party, and your vote off ends up being a compass clue for the person voted out, um, which leads to the next day where you guys go back again and you get this dramatic 1-2 punch exit from Rosemary and the Face Goddess. What
Yeah.
did you guys think of that?
Well, a part of me was a little like, damn, that goes an easy like second vote out. Like, like no offense, but like I had made it clear in my mind that just from the way that I was perceiving how they were playing the game, they didn't seem really interested. So I was like, perfect. First elimination, second elimination. So when they went at the same time, I was like, dang, there goes like the buffer between now we kind of have to start like eliminating people that I wanted to work with. Like, not saying anything bad, but if you're trying to make it to the end, you want to pick like reliable people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was kind of shocked. Like, I wasn't expecting them to at all be roommates.
Yeah, same.
But at the same time, I was kind of like, also like, darn, like, I wish they didn't like quit because we just lost 3 people right away. So that meant like, it just kind of even progressed the game that much faster. And it was already like a pressure cooker, you know?
Yeah. That
So it
was
was pretty funny.
Yeah, none of us were like expecting that at all. Like it reminded me of the scene in Step Brothers where you think one person's going in the interview, but surprise, it's two of them.
Yeah, the whole Pam situation.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Lady. Okay, so I think after that is when you get swap screwed, but you get lucky and you get abducted by your old party. So you're free of not going to Crossroads. And it ends up being Lindsay that night. And I know she was definitely a little bummed out that they didn't pick her, but you definitely made better connections at the end of the day over there than
Yeah.
she did.
Even honestly, when I was looking back, I was kind of thinking like, man, if they had abducted maybe let's say Jordan or something instead of myself, then that would have been me and Lindsay. Plus, maybe we could have gotten somebody else. So it was nice that I got saved for a round, but maybe there could have been a strategic play had they abducted one of the alliance members that we were like in the bottom of. But then who knows, those people could have gotten together and got rid of me first instead of Lindsay because they viewed me as a threat.
Then it comes to your day. Is that the day that the other party takes Arliana?
I remember the vote where I went home, we did have Arleana. So yeah, because she was there. She just, had she also elected immunity kind of without voting. So she was just kind of like a witness to my beheading.
Did you have any say in trying to pull like someone else over from your old alliance to help you, or did they just say we're picking her and you have no choice?
They're picking her. So I mean, it was just, I guess, unfortunate. Like somebody was going to get screwed over from the swap, being that it was 2 from each team. It was like such an odd number. So I mean, it was unfortunate, but I mean, it happens in the show. It happens here. So I
Yeah.
mean, the most I could have tried to do was try to sway them. And since then Sneha has reached out. She was like, I wish I did that move, but she's like, I did end up regretting it. So I mean, it is what it is. But I tried working that, and maybe I shouldn't have picked Robin. Maybe I should have flipped, but I just felt like I could have replaced him in that little group. So,
Yeah.
I figured the girls would want to stick together. Perhaps they have a stronger, alliance. And unfortunately, it just didn't go my way. But I was really trying to get in those cracks.
Yeah, like you said earlier, there wasn't a buffer for you. There was really no one else that you could easily throw under the bus. Like you'd have to
Yeah.
find the crack in that group. And like I had thought at the beginning watching it that maybe Robin would keep you around as kind of a shield, and it seemed like you guys had a good relationship from day zero. But he was playing hard and he knew he had to get the threats out.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely was trying. I mean, he was the first person I talked to, and I brought up, hey, if it wasn't for me, you'd be the only guy out of all these girls, and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, once he basically said, hey, you got your work cut out for you. I'm gonna go into another room, and he kind of like deadpanned the conversation. I was literally like, okay, game on. Like, let's see what we could do.
What did you think about how Robin was in Crossroads sometimes? I feel like he's the only person I've ever seen that would sit and say, I'm comfortable.
To be honest, I didn't get to really see too many crossroads with Robin. I want to say the only one I saw was the one I ended up going
Yeah.
home in, and I wasn't really too concerned with everybody else. But yeah, the only real time, I mean, to me, if I was going to give my opinion from the one crossroads, I definitely thought that okay, this is like the leader of this group, which is also why I felt it fit to kind of go after him the most. I kind of was trying to paint the whole idea of like, why are you going to carry somebody to the top when you could cut them off where they stand and then you can replace them? So I was trying
Yeah.
to like paint that picture. Um, but I mean, if he was saying he was comfortable, honestly, if he was a part of that four or when that alliance was larger, I mean, he had every right to be because I felt like he had a really good like handle on that. I mean, from what I perceived, he and Sneha were pretty close, and I know he and Jordan were pretty close. So he kind of had like a good middle person alliance. I don't know about his relationship with Danielle too much, but I know he was in a good spot to be on.
Yeah. Now that you are officially out of the game, who are you rooting for to win?
I definitely have to go with my man Carl, or KF was his nickname as well, and I like flip between whatever I called him. But yeah, Carl, I just felt like him and I really clicked. He seemed like a similar person in the sense that we both are extroverted, we can talk, we have the gift of gab, and also I felt like he was just eager to play and matched my level of like intrigue and excitement. So I felt like not only would he be somebody I could go like pretty far with, but he would also be like a good paralleling shield to, not necessarily kind of keep the focus all on me. So Carl is definitely the player I'm rooting for. He's somebody that I want to see go far, and I felt like he just was honestly like a really fun person to have on the team. So he's who
Yeah.
I'm rooting for.
He's awesome. I'm a big Carl fan myself. I really liked you guys as a duo. I was sad to see you guys get split up.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, I can't wait to see like, and this is mainly me being vain, but I'm excited to watch it and see like everybody's reaction when they come and see that I have been eliminated. I don't know, maybe I'm building it up on a pedestal, but I'm almost like anticipating like the fall of myself when I see it when I see it on YouTube. So I'm excited. And I was thinking, hey, now that I've kind of got my foot in the community, maybe I could do something in the future as well too, and keep playing the game because this was my first ever online competition. Anything like this, so it was really fun, and I kind of felt like I was doing pretty good in the challenges, even though I was, on that. It was my turn when we ended up losing the pendulum cup thing,
Yeah.
but I never felt like I was so far off in the challenges. So I felt like I was playing a pretty good low key, but like high level threat game with the challenges as well too. So I would have loved to play more, and especially since I bought like 2 bags of marshmallows that I can't do anything with.
You
But
can practice.
that's true. For what I don't know because I don't know what they were for.
Well, you actually just answered my next question. I was going to ask you if you'd ever play again, but it seems like you would, and that's awesome because I know
Oh,
we would
without
definitely.
question.
That's awesome because we would definitely love to see you again in the future. It's such a fun and unique experience, and I don't know about you, but like I felt after I played, I was like, I wasn't on an island, but I feel like I mentally felt all of those things.
I definitely was like I secluded myself to the little office space that we have, so it was kind of fun to detach from like my normal routine for a few hours a night and kind of like kick it with people that I didn't really know, but we were having to kind of mesh really well pretty fast. So it did kind of feel like I was in kind of like my own little universe, but it didn't feel like uncomfortable. It didn't feel foreign, so that was really nice as well too. I kind of just felt natural, so yeah, I definitely would do it again, and it was a great time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more challenges.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, Austin. We had a lot of fun watching you, and I bet we will see you in the future sometime.
Yeah, thank you so much. That means a lot. I felt like it was almost as good as winning to know that even though I was voted off, I made an impact, which is pretty awesome. Because I mean, truth be told, I'm not the best strategist or game player or anything like that. So the fact that I was doing well and having fun and it made an impact, I'm like pretty happy with it. So thank you.
Yeah, that's a win. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. It's a win in my book. And then when I really win, it'll be even better.
Exactly. So yeah, this has been Back at the Ranch, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.